Hi, I'm Alex with Acacio Fertility. In this video, we get to hear a little about this Orange County family's fertility journey. Have a listen.
Tell us in your own words about your fertility journey.
Yeah, wow. So Carl and I, we were married in 2016, and we didn't know for sure, I guess, if we were going to have kids or if we wanted to have kids in the beginning of it. So we kind of took our time in the journey of it, thinking like probably so many people that you have all the time in the world, and when you want to try, it's just going to instantly happen. So when we decided to kind of start trying, it was taking us a lot longer. And yeah, I think we went through the motions of going to the hospital and having sort of an organized way of like, okay, now let's go home and do the deed and see what happens. And we did that for a couple of years. IUI was never an option for us. We were introduced, though, to Dr. Acacio in late 2020. And we had a failed IVF transfer the first time around, but what we loved about Dr. Acacio is how positive he was and the hope that he gave us the whole time. The failed IVF, we knew then we really did want to have someone. We wanted to have a little, and I've always wanted to have a little half of me and half of Carl in the back of my mind. I've always thought that would be great. And when it wasn't happening, it was, totally
made you wanted more.
Yeah, it was super disappointing. We were like, oh man, we almost had, and we didn't really have a lot of money. It is an expensive journey to go on, for sure. And we thought, Carl and I were both like, we're going to try this one time, and we're going to give it all we got. And if it doesn't happen, then we're just going to be really solid aunts and uncles to our, nieces and nephews, and godparents to our friends' babies. And we were going to be okay with it. But when it was so close the last time, or the first time around, we were like, man, we really want to try again. And Dr. Acacio, he talked to us and was like, hey, you know what? We were so close. We were so close. And there's a couple of things that we can tweak. And I have a feeling that this is going to be the one. If you just want to hang with me for one more round, let's try it. And he kind of spoke those positive words. And we were like, okay, let's do it. And that was early 2022 that Stellan became Stellan. And we rode the 9 months and had him in January of 2023. Thank you.
Speaking of Dr. Acacio, where did you first hear about him?
I was recommended him through my urologist. Yeah, and so glad we went to him.
Well, and the urologist was recommended by my OB at the Orange County Women's Medical Center, Orange Coast Women's Medical Center, sorry. And so she basically, Dr. O'Toole, referred us to the urologist, and then the urologist referred us to Dr. Acacio.
How was your experience with him and the rest of the team?
They're like little angels. They were all so genuine and caring and positive. Dr. Acacio was wonderful, but it was like everybody, the front desk, the decor that you had in the holidays.
It shows that you guys truly care and like what you do, because think through it. Support is important, and every time that we went in, I couldn't say enough of how positive, and even when things didn't go the way we wanted, it was a very positive experience in the end.
Yeah, the staff has to go through the ups and downs with us, and I know that there are many downs that do happen, and we were fortunate in our second round to have had this journey become successful for us, and we have little Stellan to thank there too, or to celebrate, I guess I should say. But for the staff to go through what they do every day, and to stay as positive as they are and have like the best bedside manner, it was priceless. And we would do it all over again if we had to, probably.
Tell us something funny that happened in your journey.
You want to tell the Gummy Bear Big Head story?
I'll let you tell that one. You know it better.
Well, we actually have a video of this, but in one of our ultrasounds, I think it was at the 8-week appointment, maybe a little further along. I'm not sure, when he started to have arm buds and leg buds, you know, and his head was forming. He looked like a little gummy bear, right? And I have a big head, I think, whatever. But, you know, Carl always jokes about my big head and stuff. But then when we were seeing the ultrasound and we were looking at Stellan, and Dr. Acacio was showing us, okay, here's the length from the crown of the head down to, you know, his rump, and this is the size of him, and he's looking really good. And I was like, does he have a really big head? And he goes, yeah. Oh, but I mean, you know, that's normal for this time frame, you know? And so, I mean, he quickly caught himself, and of course he was being honest, but it was just,
Cute little head.
it added to, you know, the story of having big heads in our family, I guess. I don't know. It was just funny. And we replay it for our family all the time. We're like, Dr. Acacio is amazing. And the funny yeah that he said quickly changed to, well, that is a normal thing too. He got quickly back into the doctor mode and reassured us. But we think big head, big brains, right? Yeah.
Apart from baby, what is the best part? Or what was the best part?
Honestly, to me, I don't know what you would say, but for me, the best part about the office was the staff. I mean, they were just amazing. And, you know, as I might have already mentioned, you know, they're just genuine, smiling, always happy. Justine, Corinne, Casey, like everybody was just so sweet to come and see. I was excited to come and just visit with them and talk jokes and ask about the weekend and everybody's commute and whatever. But I mean, it was just such a fun time. Yeah.
What was the hardest part?
Losing the first.
Yeah, I think because it was around Christmas time, and we got the envelope and we had it under the tree, and then we got the phone call the next day, and it didn't happen. So I think that was the hardest.
Would you recommend a friend, colleague, and family member to Dr. Acacio?
1000% we would recommend, and I have recommended Dr. Acacio to friends, family, strangers, dentist assistants, praising his name, because it is just the best experience. Even when it is at the lowest and it's maybe not the successful time, it still was a great journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
What would you ask Dr. Acacio or his staff to do better?
To do better? I don't think you can. I think you have like 10 out of 10 stars, like from us at least. There's not a thing I think I would change.
How would you describe the level of communication or attentiveness you experienced from Dr. Acacio and Fertility?
From my point of view, you know, all throughout the procedures and stuff, and you know, her coming out and sitting in the waiting room, I felt like the communication was great. I mean, I was at least in tune with everything that was going on, and again, they were always positive about it, so I was very impressed with that.
I asked the dumbest questions in email, and someone always replied back and gave me an answer, even if it was like the dumbest question and most obvious answer back. But everybody was so chill and so accommodating, and communication was always great. Yeah.
Do you feel well informed about the various treatment options available to you? Or Dr. Acacio explain
Yes. I think that when we were moving from the first failed IVF to the next, the options that we had to do or things that we could try to test through, and then to help with that second treatment around, like he really explained it to where it was like, gosh, we're going into this, and
Yep.
we felt confident that the second round was going to be such a success because of all of that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Congratulations on baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys again.
Thank you guys very
Absolutely.
much. Really. We love you. Honestly.
If you are considering fertility treatment, we would love to speak with you. Please visit us at acaciofertility.com or call at 949-499-9200.